Hey everyone, welcome to Shining Waters Yoga. Let me just see if you're going to be able to see my feet here today. This is just a brief little tutorial on Warrior One, or also known as Virabhadrasana One, the virtuous hero or the warrior posture as it's been called. Normally we come into this posture either from standing mountain, Tadasana, or maybe from Meru Asana if we're coming up through Surya Namaskar, the sun salutation. Today we're just going to come into it from mountain pose, and then I'm going to show a modification through the doorway, which is why I'm set up in a door, that will help to facilitate a deep stretch here in the chest and in the shoulders. So beginning from our mountain with the feet hip-width apart, rooting down through your feet, drawing your belly in, lengthening through your tailbone and relaxing your shoulders, finding your mountain pose through chin parallel to the floor. Maybe just take a few breaths here to ground down and find stability and balance. Now we're going to start with stepping the right foot back. So you're going to take a big step back with that right leg and then start to bend your left knee. And noticing here, so I'm conveniently by a wall. I can use the wall for balance. As you bend that left knee, you want it to generally be above your ankle or a little bit behind the ankle, not going out over your toes where you're putting the weight of your body on that knee. So we want our knee to be stable and supported. You may have to scoot your left foot forward a little bit to achieve that. Another thing you can do is lift your back heel up, the right heel up, just to facilitate having the hips straight. So making sure that your hips are straight ahead, and then you can place that heel back down. And then the arms, there's various different variations that we can do with the arms. Traditionally, we then would take the arms straight up. So notice as I do that, my palms are facing in. So my shoulders are slightly internally rotated. And then we sort of take the arms up. Again, different bodies may or may not be able to reach all the way up. You might have to soften through the elbows a little bit. But ideally, lifting straight up, palms facing in. And then some people might bring their palms to touch and inhale and lift up a little higher. Maybe even stretching and show up from the side, back a little bit, lifting up from the heart. So notice already we have this deep stretch going on in the heart. So that's one variation. Now, again, we can bring the hands to the heart. Take a deep breath here and exhale. Feel that deep stretch in the back leg. And then we can also come into more of a cactus posture with the arms out to the side. So bending at the elbows, softening the shoulders, a little lower than the shoulders. And again, feel that deep opening across the chest and the pectoral muscles. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring the hands back together. Step the back foot forward. And then just for the sake of balance, we'll do that on the other side. So beginning from mountain posture. From Tadasana, checking in, drawing the belly in, and stepping the left foot a big step back. We'll start to bend the right knee again, making sure it's aligned with your foot, finding that steadiness and balance. If you want to lift the back heel up, encouraging your hips to be forward and placing the heel down, lifting up through the heart, maybe taking the arms straight overhead. In this version of Virabhadrasana, my hands might be cut off a little bit, but drawing the hands together if you like. Big inhalation as you exhale, drawing the belly in or engaging the abdominal muscles. You can feel how this also strengthens through the belly. There's that deep stretch of the back leg. And then we can do various things with the arms. Maybe opening the arms out into cactus. Take another inhalation here, lifting through the chest. Opening across the pecs and exhaling. Drawing the hands together. If you feel unsteady or off balance, you can always do this with one hand at the wall or holding onto a chair. And then stepping that back foot forward and shake it out. So I'm essentially going to do the same exact thing now, but from a doorway. This is a really nice stretch for the chest and shoulders. So if you're feeling you need to open here from the intercostals and the pectoral muscles and the shoulders, you may have done a doorway stretch similar to this where you take your forearms on either side, and you want it to be a normal size doorway. Honestly, I haven't measured this. I don't know what that is. But if you have a wider doorway, oftentimes for a wheelchair to get through or something like that, it might be too wide for you to use for this exercise. So this is just a normal, this is an old house, normal doorway. I'm going to place my forearms from the elbow to the palms of my hands on either side of that doorway. And you may have done this stretch with the feet together where you kind of lean into it, again, opening the pecs and the shoulders. But sometimes we can go a little bit too far when we take that stretch, kind of leaning into it. So by adding Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1, we're going to step the foot forward rather than stepping back now. I'm going to step my right foot forward. Actually, let's start with the left. Let's step the left foot forward. And I've got my mat here so I don't slip and fall. I'm going to aim for that 90-degree angle from my knee to my, or from my thigh to my shin. Yours may be a less of an angle. That's fine. Find out what's comfortable for you. And you may have to finagle it a little bit. Find out where your arms are on that door and how much you want to bend that knee. I'm still feeling the stretch in the back leg, but here I'm opening across the chest. Take a few deep breaths. I have the support of the door frame for balance, but really even more than that for the opening of the shoulders and the chest. It's a really nice posture to do in the middle of the day. If you just need a little bit of energy. I'm going to take one more breath here. And then I'm going to release it. I'm going to release the arms and just step the back foot forward. And I'll do the other side. So coming back, I'm going to step my right foot forward. I'm going to make sure my forearms are on the door frame from the elbow to the palms. And I know you can't really see my arms. I'm going to step that right foot forward. And again, you might have to kind of, it's a little different from doing it on the mat. You might have to step the front foot or the back foot back a little or scoot the front foot forward. So it's nice to have that mat there, sticky mat, so that you don't slip and fall. And then taking a few breaths here. My elbows are a little lower than the shoulders, not higher, right? We don't want to create tension up in the shoulders. Taking a few breaths. And you might even feel a nice release with the neck here. Sometimes I'll just turn my head a little bit side to side. Take at least 3 breaths. And then I'm going to release it. And you could either step forward or you could also step back. Relax the arms, shake it out, come back to mountain pose. And notice how you feel. And you might feel a little bit energized. So thank you. That concludes our brief overview of Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. Thank you so much.